Okay, Joyofquilting here. Today we're going to cut out some strips ready to make a basic log cabin block sample so you can get to grips with making log cabin. You're going to need 3 different fabrics, just to give you an idea. You're going to need a light, a dark and a centre square. You're going to need about 12 inches, that's 30 centimetres of the light and the dark, and a 2-inch square of the centre, because we're only making one block. Quick health and safety: when using cutters, make sure these cutters here, look. Okay, make sure that you close them when you put them down, because if you put them down and leave them open, you could cut yourself. Secondly, when you're cutting, don't cut towards yourself, and try not to cut along the bottom of the ruler. Cut from the bottom to the top, away from yourself, and across the top of the ruler. Okay, here we go. So we're going to cut 2-inch strips. That's what I've decided to do. So the first thing is to make sure your fabric is straight. Now on your ruler there will be solid lines marking the inches, and that's what I use on the ruler. I don't particularly use the cutting board and the markings on the cutting board. I like to use the ruler. Some people use both. I like to use the ruler. So finding a solid line, put the solid line straight along the fold of the fabric. Okay, then you move your ruler over to the edge until you can see that all the fabric, you've got fabric completely along the length. Beginning just before the ruler starts, make a cut and trim that off. Now, I'm left-handed. I would turn my ruler and just use my left hand, but I've noticed right-handed people turn the fabric around, so we're going to do that. Okay, again now, same thing, you're straightened off edge. You're looking for, on your fold, a solid line. Now it doesn't matter which solid line, we're not counting, as long as the ruler's covering the edge, over the edges of the fabric. Solid line, ruler, cut it down just before the fabric, and a nice solid cut. Put your hand on your fabric, put your strip to one side. Now you could carry on from there cutting strips if we needed, because that's straight, but we don't for this project. Okay, second strip, my dark, same thing, looking for a solid line, put it down, move it, so we've got it all, we've got fabric completely there, starting just before the ruler, nice solid cut. Okay, take away that excess, turn it around. Okay, find your straight line, solid line, straight line, count in 2 because we're doing 2 inches, count twice, cut once, same thing again, cutting away from yourself. That's your 2 strips done. Now we're going to do the centre squares. These are 2 inches as well, they're all the same size. Okay, so first thing it would be to straighten this edge off. It is straight because I've just cut from it, so we can turn it round because you know how to straighten off now. And solid line there, 2 inches, 1, 2, nice cut. Then we're going to cut a 2-inch strip off this. Now if these edges weren't straight, you'd need to straighten them off, straight line, straighten them off. They are straight, so I'm going to turn it, same again, solid line, double check yourself, 1, 2, 1, 2, and a nice solid cut. Now then, we're only doing 1 log cabin. Usually you'd be making loads, so you'd be cutting off a strip 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. But for what we need, that's it. So next lesson I'll show you how to put this basic little sample log cabin together.